Pandemic or not, the 2020 election cycle continues in full force in Michigan, and with just 5 days left, it is reaching a fevered pitch.
Political reporter Rick Albin here now with some of the upcoming visits and a look at the electoral map that points out why Michigan remains important for both camps. Rick?
Well, Brian and Sue, important or must win, depending on how the states stack up. We now know that President Trump will be back in the state tomorrow in Waterford. Mike Pence was just there last week. The president was in Lansing on Tuesday. And former Vice President Joe Biden will be back in the state Saturday. Location still unclear, but we do know one thing about his visit. We expect former President Barack Obama to be with him. Obama twice won Michigan in the presidential sweepstakes in 2008 and 2012. And surrogates from both campaigns will be fanning out across the state as well, and this is why. If you look at the electoral map as put together from a couple of different sources, Real Clear Politics, 270 to win, you see a number of states that are pretty solid in one camp or another. Some of these others like Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, trending towards blue. Others like Texas, trending towards red. Georgia almost a tie. But what it means is if Joe Biden is to win from this scale, not saying that he'll pick up all these states or that any of these other states are necessarily toss-ups at this moment, but for him to win, he's got to pick up another 53 or so electoral votes. So the path for him is smoother, clearer than it is for President Trump, who has to pick up another 140 some odd electoral votes, again, based on this map. And I just want to give you an idea of what this could look like. If Nevada and Arizona both trend blue, if Texas, as it historically does, and I'm not sure historic overlays are all that useful in this cycle, but if it trends red, you see what's left on the map. You got Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina. If Florida goes blue, that means it's an almost impossible task for President Trump to get to the Electoral College. If it goes red, he still has to put together a number of other states, including Georgia, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and then one of these three states up here, Minnesota, which hasn't voted for a Republican since the 70s, Wisconsin or Michigan, and that's where Michigan comes into a must-win, very likely, for the Trump campaign. Now, if you take a look at the Biden campaign, again, the path is easier. If Florida should happen to go blue, it could be a pretty early night when it comes to the presidential electoral college, but that's just part of the story. We'll be telling so much more throughout that night, and this could be a long election night because we don't expect all the returns to get in on time. We could still be counting votes sometime later in the week.